Hello YouTube, this is Necrostevo and you're watching one of my narrated Wi-Fi battles. Thank you all very much for the 600 subscribers. This is my 600 subscriber special, and wow, I really appreciate it. Um, Today's match is actually a match where I went with my RU team against one of my friends' OU's team. So we'll see if RU Pokemon can take on OU if the team synergy is right. Now, based on the way that he played a couple of his Pokemon, I was mistaken about their sets. So we'll see if I'm able to overcome that in this match. He starts off with Dragonite, and I figured since he started off with it, it was either a banded set maybe, or maybe the type that sets up rain or something weird. But it's actually just a regular Dragon Dance set, and with +1, he can pretty much sweep my team. I knew Amoonguss could take any one hit from it, which is why I went into it. Even if he had Fire Punch, I could take a hit. Physically defensive Amoonguss can take hits extremely well, and I could put him to sleep and then deal with him from there. Unfortunately, he has the Lumberry, so he's going to wake up immediately, and that means I cannot take another Fire Punch, and I'm going to need to switch out. Now, that is good that I burned his Lumberry. That means when his Outrage runs out, I have the 50% chance of him hitting himself in confusion. And of course, there may be opportunities later to switch back in and maybe put him back to sleep again later. Slowking comes in. I wanted to force him into outraging so that I could bring in Magneton and then break his multi-scale with the Volt Switch as I Volt Switched out. So I needed to sacrifice Slowking, my special wall, but I do get to go into Magneton, whom I know can take 1+1 outrage from Dragonite, even without Eviolite. I think I had Magnet on it at the time of this battle, which is actually good because then I'm able to do enough damage with Volt Switch that if he had leftovers, which he doesn't, but if he had leftovers over 2 turns, he wouldn't be able to get back up to his multi-scale with the amount of damage I do with Volt Switch. So I go out into my Choice Scarf Magmortar. I knew I wasn't faster, but I was really banking on that 50% chance. And he does hit himself, which means I'm able to take him out with the Hidden Power Ice, which is fantastic because that's pretty much all I had. I could have gone out into Amoonguss and put him to sleep, but even then I'd still have been banking on the 50% chance, and he wouldn't have KO'd me, but he would have left my Amoonguss at critically low HP, and I really need Amoonguss for this battle since Slowking is down. So he brings in Gastrodon. I'm not worried about Gastrodon as long as I have Amoonguss, even if he has Ice Beam and this is a physically defensive Amoonguss. He can't really do much. I'm really happy he didn't get the burn there with the Scald. We all know Scald has like a 80% burn rate or something like that. Unless, of course, you're the one using it, in which case it's like a 5% chance. I wanted to put something to sleep. I didn't really care what, so I managed to catch his Reuniclus on its way in. I think he noticed that I was just going to put something to sleep and he wanted something as sleep fodder, which is fine. I really don't need something as powerful as Reuniclus running around on my team. Now he stays in for the mandatory sleep turn, knowing that I can't really touch him. I bring in my choice banded Scyther. Pursuit catches him on his way out, and this is really good information to know that Pursuit will do that much damage coming from choice banded Scyther to what is likely a max HP, max defense Reuniclus. Golurk comes in, and I really didn't want to get hit by a move. I knew I couldn't KO it with any of my moves, especially since I was locked in Pursuit, which would be Technician boosted, but I still didn't think it was enough. And he sets up Stealth Rocks. And I was actually trying this team out without a spinner. And I having Scyther and Magmortar is a bit of a liability as far as not having a spinner goes. But you know, I really did want to test out how that would go. I paralyzed Golurk to ensure that I'm faster than it, and then I'm going to Giga Drain him. I figured I'd just do a 2-hit KO to take it out. He might get to Ice Punch me, but that's not a big deal. But he surprises me as he has the red card, and I was thinking, no big deal. I have 3 Pokemon that resist it, and 1 that can do damage. But he actually sends me out, when I say resisted, I meant the Stealth Rocks. He sends me out into Scyther, and then he doesn't get paralyzed, and he's able to Ice Punch Scyther in the face. So that turn could not have gone more poorly. Fortunately, he is paralyzed. Here I was thinking that he actually might want to switch out into something else, but his other Pokemon like Cloyster don't really want to take a Giga Drain either, so I'm able to finish off the Golurk. My Amoonguss is back at max HP. This is the tale of the Triffids, because now I have 2 KOs. Well, no, I think that's 1 KO. 1 KO and him burning that Lumberry were really, really, really clutch. He brings in Ferrothorn, presumably to set up some more entry hazards. I wanted to get Magneton in before he set up those entry hazards so that I wouldn't be KO'd to spikes. He actually T-waves me on the way in, which is good because I really didn't need my Amoonguss paralyzed. And he gets up one layer of spikes as I get paralyzed. I know my Hidden Power Fire is a 2-hit KO, but he can't switch out, and I want to get rid of this Ferrothorn because without my Scyther, who has Brick Break, I can't really do anything against Ferrothorn with the Pokemon that I have remaining. Um, so I'm really happy that I brought New Protron to this battle. I'm going to try it out with Eviolite next time, maybe. That might be a little bit more useful. I would have taken a lot less from that Outrage. Um, Here he brings in his Reuniclus, hoping that I get paralyzed while he has to sleep the mandatory turn of sleep. I actually just get to knock him out with a Thunderbolt. And without the Magnet, I don't think I would have knocked him out, actually. Um, Knowing that he has up 2 layers of spikes and stealth rocks, I didn't think I could live a switch in, and so I just stay in case he overpredicts. I didn't really know what he was going to do. All I had to hit him was a flash cannon, I think, and that wouldn't do very much. The entry hazard damage hits Amoonguss pretty hard there. That's a good quarter of his health easily, and then I get hit by the stab Earth Power, which coming from Gastrodon actually hurts a little bit more than I expected it to. I didn't want to chance on the Giga Drain or anything like that, so I just put him to sleep before I attack him. Now I get to 2-hit KO him with Giga Drain, because even if he's a specially defensive build, that quad weakness, that single weakness, but still, quad weakness, you can't really take hits that well. Now he did take the Giga Drain better than I expected him to. It is still likely going to be a 2-hit KO even after leftovers, just because he didn't get quite back past 50% HP. He does wake up and get the second turn wake rather and get the Earth Power off again, but as long as it's not a crit, I can handle that. And Amoonguss is going to be able to grab a second KO here, so thank you, Amoonguss. This battle is going much, much better than I thought it was going to in the beginning because you were able to take hits so well. I actually have, I think I have 4 different Amoonguss in my boxes. 2 with Regenerator, 2 with Effect Spore, one I use in doubles, and the other ones I use in singles, all with different sets, so they're very fun. Not as many as the 6 Venusaur I have. I knew I could take any hit that he had on Cloyster, and I really just didn't want him setting up or subbing or shell smashing in my face, so I went for the Giga Drain. But guess what? He has the King's Rock on his Cloyster, so with Skill Link and King's Rock, he has a very good chance of flinching, and I flinch, so I don't get to get any damage off on his Cloyster, and he takes out my Amoonguss. That's unfortunate. Now, knowing that Amoonguss physically defensive took those hits that well, I figured my Rhydon, which I just bred. Make sure you guys go check out my Rhyperior, Rhydon, Rhyhorn Pokeblog. I'll leave a link to that in the description where I talk about the biological stuff involving Rhyhorn. I knew that my Rhydon could take a hit from it and retaliate back. I could have gone for the Stone Edge, but I really did not want to miss. I wanted to make sure he didn't have any random items like a Focus Sash or anything like that. I knew he had King's Rock, but it was the kind of a I don't want to have anything go wrong at this part of the battle. So at the level of HP he's at, I have a Choice Scarf on my Magmortar. I'm able to outspeed and KO him with the Thunderbolt, and that was a great battle. So I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for the subs. I have some new projects coming up here in a little while, so be sure to look out for those. And be sure to check out my other things like the Pokeblog. I really enjoy doing the research and the write-ups for those, and they're fairly brief. So make sure you check them out. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye now.